The Galaxy Council chamber was silent, a silence filled with fear and old memories. Hundreds of alien species watched the giant holographic screen floating in the center of the hall. On that screen was a planet no one dared to land on anymore. The planet had no official name. Most simply called it the Death World. At the center of the image stood the reason for that name. The apex predator. It was massive, taller than war machines, covered in dark armor-like skin. Its eyes burned with calm intelligence, not rage. Entire civilizations had fallen after trying to study it, fight it, or control it. One council member finally spoke, its voice shaking. No species has ever approached it and survived. Another added, "It does not hunt for hunger, it hunts to remove threats." Then a new signal appeared on the screen. A small metal craft broke through the planet's storm clouds. Gasps echoed through the chamber. "That ship is human," someone whispered. Humans were new to the galactic stage. Physically weak compared to most species. Emotion-driven, short-lived, and reckless. At least, that was what the council believed. The ship landed far too close to the apex predator. Warning symbols flashed across the screen. Council members shouted over each other. "Tell them to leave. They do not understand. Humans always test death." A transmission was sent immediately. "Human vessel, never approach the apex predator." There was no reply. Instead, the ship's door opened. A single figure stepped out. It was not fully human, nor fully machine. This was Earth's prototype. The first of its kind. A fusion of human mind and engineered body. Laughter spread through part of the chamber. That is their secret weapon. They send one fragile being. The prototype began walking forward, slow and calm. Each step brought it closer to the monster that had erased fleets from history. The apex predator did not move. It only watched. Sensors screamed warnings. The air pressure changed. The ground cracked beneath the creature's weight as it shifted slightly. "Stop it," a council elder demanded. "Human, turn back now or you will die." Still, no reply. The prototype stopped only meters away. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then the apex predator lowered its head, close enough to crush the human in one breath. Several council members turned away, unable to watch. Then the impossible happened. The camera angle shifted. The image zoomed out. And the chamber fell into total silence. The prototype was not standing in front of the apex predator. It was already on top of it. Seated calmly between the massive armored plates. Hands resting against control nodes embedded deep into the creature's back. The apex predator stood still, obedient. No chains. No weapons. No signs of force. The laughter died instantly. Fear replaced it. One council member whispered, "That creature destroys anything that touches it." Another replied in shock, "Then why is it allowing this?" The prototype raised one hand. The apex predator responded by taking a single step forward. Perfectly controlled, perfectly calm. At that moment, the galaxy understood something was very wrong. Humans had not attacked the apex predator. They had not tried to dominate it with power. They had done something far more dangerous. They had already taken control. And this was only the beginning. The Galaxy Council chamber did not explode into panic. It froze. No one spoke for several long seconds. The image of the apex predator standing calm with a human prototype on its back burned into every mind. Then the voices returned, louder and sharper. "This must be a trick," one council member said. "No creature allows contact." Another shouted, "That beast has wiped out armadas." The screen showed the prototype sitting still. No fear, no struggle. Just patience. A senior council elder leaned forward, eyes narrow. "Begin full analysis." Data streams flooded the chamber. Heart rates, neural signals, bioenergy readings. None of it made sense. The apex predator showed no attack response. No stress signal. No kill instinct. "That is impossible," a scientist whispered. The council demanded a human explanation. A direct transmission was opened to Earth. A human commander appeared on screen, calm and tired. He looked nothing like a conqueror, yet his eyes showed confidence. "You are violating every galactic law," the council accused. "That creature is a living extinction event." The human commander nodded slowly. "We know." Gasps filled the chamber. "Then why send one prototype?" another demanded. "Why risk your species?" The commander paused, choosing his words. "Because fear has never protected anyone." Laughter returned, sharp and mocking. "So this is human logic," one alien sneered. "Bravery over survival." But the laughter did not last long. The screen shifted to recorded history. Footage of past civilizations attempting to destroy the apex predator. Planet killers, gravity traps, mind weapons. All failed. All ended in silence. Then came new footage. Human simulations. Not attacks. Not traps. But behavior patterns. Humans had studied the creature for years. Not as a monster, but as a living system. One council analyst spoke quietly. "They mapped its instincts." Another added. "They predicted its responses." The elder stood slowly, voice heavy. "Humans are not controlling it with force. They are communicating." That realization sent fear through the chamber. A final warning was transmitted to Earth. "Withdraw immediately. If the prototype dies, Earth will be sanctioned." On the planet below, the prototype finally moved. It placed one hand against a deep neural ridge. The apex predator responded instantly. It turned its massive head, looking directly into the sky, toward the watching galaxy. Several council members stepped back. The creature roared, not in anger, but in warning. Storm clouds shifted. The ground trembled. Sensors showed power levels rising. The human commander remained calm. "This is why we sent only one," he said. "Too many would look like a threat." The council realized the truth too late. Humans did not see the apex predator as an enemy. They saw it as a force of nature. And humans had always survived nature the same way. By adapting. The prototype leaned forward slightly. The apex predator took a step. Then another. Perfect synchronization. A council scientist whispered, voice shaking. "If it can move that creature, it can command it." The screen cut to black for a moment, then returned with a single data alert. First bond confirmed. Fear spread across the galaxy. Because this was no longer about survival. It was about what humans would do next. And whether anyone could stop them. The galaxy held its breath. Every sensor, every camera, every mind focused on the same moment. The apex predator moved again. Its massive body shifted with slow power. Each step cracked the ground beneath it. The prototype remained calm. Its posture relaxed. Its hands steady against the neural ridges. Inside the Galaxy Council chamber, panic finally broke free. "This is escalation," one member shouted. "If it attacks, entire systems will fall." Another screamed, "Terminate the signal." But the elder raised a claw. "No. We must see this." On the planet, the apex predator stopped suddenly. Its muscles tightened. Its head lifted. Warning alerts flooded the screen. Adrenal spikes. Combat readiness. Predator instinct surge. "This is it," a council scientist whispered. "It has decided." The creature released a deep growl. Not loud. Not violent. But heavy. The prototype reacted instantly. Its body leaned forward. Its fingers pressed deeper into the control nodes. But there was no pain signal. No shock. No override. Instead, a synchronization wave spread across the readings. Neural alignment increasing. Instinct matching. Behavior merging. The apex predator turned its head slowly, looking not at the prototype, but through it. The galaxy realized something terrifying. The creature was not being forced. It was choosing. The prototype spoke for the first time. Its voice calm and clear. "We are not here to hunt you." The words were not transmitted as sound, but as neural intent. The predator's heartbeat slowed. Its aggression levels dropped. Council members stared in disbelief. "They are talking," one whispered. A sudden flash appeared on the screen. A memory surge from the apex predator. Images flooded the feed. Battlefields. Burning skies. Endless attackers. Again and again, the creature had been attacked. Again and again, it had survived. The prototype did not resist the vision. It accepted it. "We understand," the prototype sent. "You were made to protect." The predator released a low sound. Not a roar. Something closer to recognition. Then everything changed. Long-range sensors screamed warnings. Multiple alien fleets dropping out of warp. A rogue coalition had arrived. They had waited for this moment. If humans fail, their commander broadcast, "We will destroy the creature ourselves." Energy weapons charged. Planet-cracking firepower locked on target. The Galaxy Council shouted for retreat. But it was too late. The prototype sensed the danger. Its focus sharpened. "Do not attack," it sent to the predator. "Trust us." The first weapon fired. A beam of pure energy ripped through the sky. The apex predator reacted instantly. Not with rage, but precision. It moved, faster than anything its size should, placing its body between the beam and the prototype. The blast struck its armored side. The shockwave tore through the land. Silence followed. Smoke cleared slowly. The apex predator still stood. Unbroken. Unmoved. But now, something new burned in its eyes. Loyalty. The prototype raised its hand. Not in command, but in request. The predator responded. It roared. This time, the roar carried purpose. The sky darkened. Energy levels spiked beyond known limits. The rogue fleets hesitated. The Galaxy Council understood the truth. The first true bond had been sealed in fire, and the apex predator had chosen its side. The rogue fleets did not fire again. They waited. Fear spread through their formations. The apex predator stood tall, smoke still rising from its armored body. Yet it showed no sign of pain. The prototype remained seated, not as a rider, but as a partner. Inside the Galaxy Council chamber, silence returned. Not from shock, but from understanding. "They did not enslave it," a council analyst said quietly. "They aligned with it." The elder nodded slowly. Humans did not bring chains. They brought purpose. Data streams revealed the truth. Human research logs, behavior maps, instinct simulations. Humans had studied predators on their own death worlds. Creatures that hunted them. Creatures stronger and faster. Humans survived not by crushing them, but by learning them. The prototype activated a shared memory link. The galaxy watched as human history unfolded. Early humans facing wild beasts. Not running. Not dominating. But adapting. Fire. Tools. Teamwork. Trust earned through patience. "This is why they succeeded," a scientist whispered. "They do not fear apex predators. They become part of the system." On the planet, the prototype sent a clear signal. "We do not wish to control you. We wish to stand with you." The apex predator responded. Its posture changed. Lowered slightly. Not in submission, but in agreement. The rogue fleet commander panicked. "They are merging," he shouted. "This cannot be allowed." Weapons charged again. Even stronger than before. The Galaxy Council issued a final warning. "Stand down immediately." Ignored. The prototype sensed the rising threat. Its mind linked deeply now. Not just receiving, but sharing. The apex predator saw through human eyes. A galaxy full of fear, of walls and weapons. And it understood. The prototype raised its hand slowly. This time, it was a command. The apex predator moved. One step forward. Then another. The ground shattered beneath it. Energy surged across its body. The creature did not charge blindly. It positioned itself. Shielding the planet. Blocking firing angles. Alien targeting systems failed. Unable to predict its movement. Impossible, the rogue commander whispered. The apex predator looked toward the sky. Toward the fleets that had hunted it for generations. Then it roared. This roar was different. It was not rage. It was a declaration. The message was clear. This world was no longer unguarded. The prototype remained still. Mind calm. Heart steady. The Galaxy Council finally understood the danger. Humans had not created a weapon. They had created an alliance. And alliances, once formed, were far harder to break than any machine. The rogue fleets broke first. Not from damage, but from fear. Their formations scattered. Warp engines ignited in panic. They fled the system without firing another shot. The apex predator did not chase them. It simply watched. Silent and unmoving. Victory had already been decided. Inside the Galaxy Council chamber, no one celebrated. They stared at the screen with new understanding. The balance has changed, one member said quietly. Another whispered. Humanity has crossed a line. The elder stood slowly, voice heavy. No. They have revealed one. On the planet below, the prototype relaxed its stance. The shared link remained active, but no longer tense. The apex predator lowered itself slightly, allowing the prototype to dismount safely. This single action shocked the galaxy more than the battle. The creature trusted the human. Council sensors confirmed the impossible. The apex predator's threat index dropped. Not because it was weaker, but because it was no longer alone. A formal decision was made. Earth was no longer classified as a developing species. It was reclassified as a prime ally world. The announcement echoed across known space. Fear followed it. Respect followed faster. The human commander appeared once more on the council screen. Calm as ever. You risked everything, the elder said. Why? The commander answered simply. Because isolation creates monsters. Understanding creates guardians. The apex predator lifted its head, looking toward the stars. As if listening. A new signal spread through galactic channels. A warning and a promise. Earth was under protection. Not by fleets. Not by weapons. But by something far older and far stronger. The prototype stood beside the creature now. No longer above it. No longer directing it. Just standing. Human and apex. Side by side. Across the galaxy, military doctrines were rewritten. Threat assessments erased. Old fears questioned. Because one truth could no longer be denied. Humans did not conquer by force alone. They did not dominate by fear. They bonded. They adapted. They understood. And when the galaxy told them, never approach the apex predator. Humans had done what they always did. They stepped closer. The broadcast ended. But the message remained. The most dangerous species in the galaxy was not the apex predator. It was the one brave enough to ride it.